Hey, look what I found out too. What? I can make myself small there. Okay, today we're going to talk about shenanigans and shame the day after St. Patrick's Day. So I'm going to roll the intro and then I'll be right back in a second. Why am I always doing that? What? Boom! Let's do this. Oh, hey, I was going to show you that again. Don't you like this? That's the first time I didn't do a sound check before, so I think I'm okay. So, anywho, let's talk about this for a minute because I was thinking about this and I was like, oh, look, did you notice? I don't have a blurry background. What? I feel like my hair's like the blonde Dracula today. Hello. Okay. So I was thinking about this because I was like, all right, well, I was a good girl sort of last night, and I stayed home hanging out with the parents. So I was thinking, what's the deal with St. Patrick's Day, yada yada. I got information from here, and I also used ChatGPT, which is pretty cool. So I was thinking about this, and I was like, why do people go out on St. Patrick's Day, right? So how many of you went out? Give me a little beer cheersing thing if you went out on St. Patrick's Day, and give me a troll if you didn't. So people go out on St. Patrick's Day for a mix of culture, social reasons, celebratory reasons, and here are some of the big reasons why. Now, I wrote them down on here, but I don't know if I'll be able to read them. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, I can't really see that. So I'm just going to tell you. How does that sound? Okay. So the reason why people go out on St. Patrick's Day are for tradition and Irish heritage. So it started as a religious holiday honoring St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. And over time, it evolved into a celebration of Irish culture and pride worldwide. Oops. I forgot to bring Sit Squatch over. Why is this is always something too. Well, now it's easier because you can see him because he's not blurry all the time. So I like to sit him over here now by the name, if it works. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys probably know all this stuff anyway. So even non-Irish people love to participate because of the fun and the inclusivity of the holiday. It's also an excuse to drink and party, right? So it's always synonymous with bar hopping and drinking. It's one of the biggest drinking days of the year. As a matter of fact, it's probably the biggest besides New Year's, I would say. So pubs and bars always have specials and live music, festive events. So it's a really prime night to go out. The difficulty lies when you have to go to work the next day, right? How do you like these? The blue blockers? They look funny on here, huh? That's okay. The next day, so when it's on like a Monday, so today's a Tuesday, because we're going to talk about hangover remedies too. It's just one of those holidays where everyone seems to be doing something and the energy is high, and fear of missing out. So FOMO comes into effect too, except for me. Anymore, I don't really care. I call it if you are going out and you did go out, I hope you were safe and you took Ubers, Lyfts, Waymos, that kind of thing. Okay. So, and then lots of cities. We had a parade here on Saturday. I think a lot of cities I was seeing on the news Sunday, they were having it, in like Philadelphia, Boston, places like that. It's kind of cool because I've been in Boston and Dublin on St. Patrick's Day. So that's two like really great places. So I suppose I need to be in New York or something on St. Patrick's Day. So, and people just do it for the fun of it. Okay. So now let me see if I can go with this. The day after St. Patrick's Day. Okay, let me see here. Hang on. The day after St. Patrick's Day is, what happens then? Oh, I got a comment. Cool. Pam, just stay up. Ha ha ha. Been there, done that. I know, right? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so what happens the day after St. Patrick's Day? Okay, this is sometimes it's a brutal reality check for many people because here's what typically happens. You've got a hangover, which is instant regret. Your head's pounding like a drum line in a parade. Oh my God, what is Your mouth's drier than the Sahara, even though you drank so much liquid the night before. Maybe you're nauseous because green beer and whiskey shots are not a balanced diet, contrary to popular belief. And the mystery bruises. Hey, where did these come from? Did I fight a leprechaun? The walk of shame. Waking up in yesterday's shamrock covered outfit. That one last shoe, where did it go? Seeing last night's makeup smudged like a raccoon auditioning for an emo band. And then check the damage, your bank account. Ooh, yeah. So that's just the next day. What did I do? What did I spend? What did my stories say on Facebook, Instagram? Oh my God. Did I text my ex? You know, that kind of thing. Then you got the never drinking again. I know, I think Peeing Green's on here too. Peeing Green, exactly right. So we'll talk about best hangover cures, because that's a big thing. Greasy food and Pedialyte, ibuprofen, it's a big one. And then people usually wearing sunglasses indoors because daylight's now your enemy. Maybe you got the opportunity to stay home and binge on Netflix and turn that nap into full hibernation. Sorry. And then when you're looking at your stuff from the night before, you're like, oh crap, look at this video of me. I thought I was dancing so awesome and it was just ridiculous. And there's like in a group chat, did I really steal a traffic cone? And then you're already planning next year because let's be honest, we never learn. Okay, so now let's talk about walk of shame stories. And these are hilarious. And I got most of them from Reddit, I think. Have you ever had a walk of shame? If you've had a walk of shame, you should put just a person walking in the comments because I'd like to know that. Let's see if I can read this in this position here. Nope, cannot. Okay, so this is from 7 years ago, but it was still funny. So one time, this is a pre-walk of shame. So one time my friend John and I drove a couple hours to Boston for an old friend's birthday party that we hadn't seen in a while. It starts in a house party, and after that, it sort of dies down, and we decided to go hit some bars. I hit it off with the girl, so we broke off from the group and stayed the night at her place. Next morning, I wake up, get dressed, and head out into the kitchen. I almost blanked a freaking brick because who's sitting at the table? Freaking John. We completely, unknown to each other, went home with girls who happened to be roommates. Do you have a coincidence like that? And I really want to know if you guys have any crazy St. Patrick's Day stories or something. I really want to know because I'd really love to tell them at some point. Okay, so this is from another person. I was at a party where everyone dressed as old people. I had a white wig and everything. At one point, I traded my pants for a bathrobe because why not? At the after party, someone had popped a big moving box worth of popcorn. Because of that, I'm never sensible enough to stop partying. I was the last one to go to bed at that party. I slept in the box of popcorn. It looked a little weird the next day on the bus ride home when a guy without pants dressed as an old man with popcorn everywhere was trying to survive a hangover. I think it looked like I was a confused old man that had escaped from the old folks' home. Maybe not. After a night of drinking at the bar, one of my friends decided that she was going to make everyone pierogies. I was upstairs and had no idea that she was cooking until I heard a scream. I ran downstairs, and there she was, with the wok on the stove and flames rising from it steadily. Licking the ceiling, I yelled for another buddy to open the Juliet balcony we had next to the kitchen. I've never heard of that, actually, and I'm a realtor. I grabbed the flaming oily mess by the panhandle, trying not to spill the flaming oils as I carried it to the balcony and tossed that effort right out out onto the paved alleyway below. I burnt my hand doing so. A few burn marks were formed around our kitchen. Our house had come very close to being a fire scene because of those drunken pierogies. Anyway, the next morning she went out and collected the mishap. This mishap now destroyed. Now the mishap now destroyed wok from the alleyway. Okay, that grammar is driving me nuts. She picked up the wok from the alleyway. I always refer to this as her walk of shame. All right, so this one's funny. This is more of a walk of shame prevention tale than an actual walk of shame. But once my best friend and I swapped our entire outfits in a tiny bar bathroom so that we could stay out later, and I could go to sleep at my boyfriend's and not have to wear my same clothes to work the next day. That's not just a St. Patrick's Day thing. Who's been stuck wearing the same clothes to class in college the next day? Or to work. I really want to know if you've been stuck going to wearing the same clothes to work. That you really can't hide that, can you? So this guy met a girl on Halloween and her group of friends, and she invited me back. We had like 5 more drinks, and she was too drunk to function. So he took her home, took care of her while she puked, woke up together and cuddled, and then she thanked him and invited him to stay the day with her. Invited me, sorry. I did, and he. Okay, so he did, and he stayed the night, and then on November 2nd, he had to walk home as a Ninja Turtle through the financial district of their city. All right, I'm going to skip the Chat GPT story because now I'm going to go on to hangover remedies. Woo woo. What is a good hangover remedy that you have? I really want to know. I want to know. Okay, so this one says, I don't drink anymore, but it used to be pho. For those not familiar, you are majorly missing out and should try it. It's a typically large Vietnamese soup. It's so good. I should have gotten a picture of it. This other person says Pedialyte. I know a lot of people that do that. Coconut water, a lot, and some light exercise that makes you sweat a bit. No better way to flush out the toxins than exercise. I'd beg to differ on that one. The hangovers hurt more than they used to. This one seems so weird to me. Cornbread and ice cream took the place of pills and night. Cornbread and ice together? Like, I have so many questions. This one was from 2 years ago. This absolutely works. Oh, no. I can't do this. You tell me if you can. All right. This absolutely works. I drink whiskey and ice with a splash of water for quite a long time. I also drink a few glasses of water before going to bed and after. However, it only works for so long. Somewhere around my early 30s, no amount of water would fight off a hangover. They just started getting worse and happening more often. I'm 52 now and don't drink anymore. It's not like I went to AA meeting and decided booze was evil. The hangovers just became so awful. Oh man, I'm sorry. I think I copied the wrong one. The one I was trying to copy was, and if I don't get to it, I'll tell you. But is somebody that drank whiskey the next morning, and they always say hair of the dog, and I thought I put that in here too, but I don't think I did. So I'm losing my marbles, guys. I'm hungover right now and really craving McDonald's. And then this person says, when I drank, it was a sausage biscuit from McDonald's. Pam says, I stayed drunk and slowly eased myself into sober. Yeah, that's a pretty nice luxury. I totally crave greasy food. Mexican food is the best. I love to have like breakfast burritos, big breakfast burritos from those places, and lots of hot sauce. Oh my gosh. Okay. Crackers and Dr. Pepper. Crackers and Dr. Pepper. Schedule a refreshing barf every few hours. At my age, a proper hangover can last a while, so the best cure is to simply die and return in 3 days. Okay, so now I'm going to have to move my face here so I can see this one. Believe it or not, Spicy Bloody Mary used to get me right. Okay, so I probably could do a Bloody Mary. Pam says, or not Pam, Gian, sorry, Gian. Super greasy food, exactly. So what's your go-to? Is it Mexican or is it like McDonald's and things like that? While in college, on Sunday mornings, my roommates and I would go to brunch, and then afterwards, around 12:30 p.m., we would crack open and drink a few old Milwaukee Pounders and watch the 1 p.m. NFL game. That would usually do the trick until we had to hit the books later that day. Oh my God, that's the hardest thing though. Is like, so if you go out too early on St. Patrick's Day, and you're like hungover by like 2 p.m., that kind of sucks, right? So I think you have to really be careful on St. Patrick's Day on how you decide to do your drinking, you know? Okay, this is it. Hair of the dog that bit me. OMG, is that the full saying? I always heard hair of the dog and it never made sense to me. And then this person answers with, in old-timey days, people thought that the remedy for a dog bite is to pack the wound with the hair from the dog that bit you, and that's where the saying comes from. Isn't that cool? So Gian says, was a burger In-N-Out? In-N-Out, Yahoo! Except, I love In-N-Out's protein-style burgers. I guess I'd have to get it with a bun if I was hungover. Oops. Okay, chili cheese fries and chocolate milk. Ugh. This person is funny. A bag of McDonald's cheeseburgers and a big gulp. So you go and get the cheeseburgers, and then you go and get a big gulp. I actually like McDonald's Cokes, but whatever. All right, before I go to bed, I eat a couple pieces of bread and a big glass of water with electrolytes. Or as my niece says, or used to say, electric lights. Wake up perfect every time. I also like to alternate waters after every 2 drinks. I know people who alternate water after every drink, so that's a thing also. And then this person says, never been hungover. After I've had too much whiskey, I cook myself a large flank steak, pan-fried in salted butter. I eat that, put on a pair of wet socks, and go to sleep. Oh, that's Ron Swanson. That's right. That's the guy from Parks and Rec. If you never saw that, freaking hilarious. I used to live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm ending this one with this one because I used to live in New Mexico. So I used to live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. There's a 24-hour diner called The Frontier. Oh my God, it's amazing. Amazing. Okay. So it's on Central Avenue across from the University of New Mexico. After a night out, I would consume an order of their huevos rancheros. Yes, please. Over medium with, he means eggs, with green chili stew and a cheese melted on top. Oh, next day, no matter how hard it hit the night before, I woke up like a new man. And I believe that's it. So this was just fun because last night was St. Patrick's Day and today's the day after. And so I thought, well, is anyone hungover? Tell me your hangover remedies if you have them, because I can use them in a future something or other. Do you have any crazy just party, like out partying stories anyway? I want to know, because it's just too funny, right? Okay, so thanks for joining me. You know what Sid Squatch says, the journey begins with you, so be good to yourself. And he's not so blurry anymore. I'm like, maybe it's too focused. Ew. The Horgan, that's me. I love you. I'll see you next week. Peace and love.